about the leverage. Oh, a nail. Because the right tool for the job is the one you got. I really need a better water hose system.
Yes, you do.
I'm not saying that it's dangerous up here.
Yeah,
with no
yeah.
I need to get me one of those wives who waters garden because I'm tired of watering this thing every day myself. Today, I've decided to go ahead and try to get a system set up on our garden back here to make it easier to water so I don't have to come out here and water every day. So we're going to put in a drip irrigation type system. And as part of that, the first thing I'm going to do today is try to get our faucet into a better location than it is right now. So when they built this place, it actually came with a basement, which includes basement stairs. The problem is the default faucet was sitting right there. And with no railings, this is not the safest thing, and as I'm getting older, there's more and more of a chance I'm just going to fall down into the pit of death here. So we've decided to relocate this faucet right here over to a safer part of the house that's easier to get to, something that the wife can get in there easily and safely work on and turn the faucet on and off for our system. Our current outside faucet is running through right here, and it's also running through with just a small water line. So this thing is basically not pushing very much water through. It's very limited and it's time to be replaced. So when I replace this, I'm going to go ahead and do a larger size line also. These fittings right here, you can't get a 1/2 inch to 3/4. So I'm pretty much going to have to stick to the 1/2 inch on this. I'm not going to be able to use the bigger pipe anyway. Basically, we are going to go with these larger size lines right here. The dryer comes through right over here, so I'm going to try to avoid that section. We're going to come over here to the segment beside it. This is actually where one of the main water lines comes into the house, and we are going to attempt to basically come through this wall right here. We're just verifying that nothing up there is going to be in our way, and as long as nothing up there is going to hit coming through with the drill, this is where we're going to drill through and bring that water line in. And this is basically going to be the new one that I'm going to install. What this is it's a frost-free faucet. Basically, instead of the valve being right up in here, the valve is all the way back here. So when you're turning this on and off, you're undoing a valve back here. This way your wall is right here and everything back here is inside your foundation where it's nice and warm. And as cold as we get here, this keeps this from freezing up over the winter, where I don't have to worry about putting anything on here to protect it. I've always had a saying that some days you choose the project, some days the project chooses you. I don't know if you can tell that this vinyl comes down deeper right here. It's one of the things that's been on my to-do list to fix. Well, it just moved up. When I came over here and looked, I discovered that, ladies and gentlemen, is rotten wood. Moisture's been getting in here and rotting out the foundation. Hopefully it's just this OSB on the outside here and the 2x underneath are okay. It kind of feels that way. For now, I'm just going to kind of try to get it pushed back up and caulked in, and hopefully it'll last so we can get this porch torn down and fix it the right way. Okay, as they say in the Pirates of the Caribbean, there's nothing you can't do with a little leverage. So I got my little redneck system for kind of help pull this away. Again, it's all about the leverage. Here we go. She's back up where she's supposed to be. Mostly. It looks like there's a piece that was supposed to still be on here that's missing. Probably this piece that I found broke or cut off. And I'm guessing it actually broke off as the rest of it pulled down. It just yanked it and broke it clean off. Yeah, let's get this thing temporarily waterproof until we can get a permanent fix going. Got everything kind of dug out and pulled back up. So I at least got it back to where it mostly was before. But I don't know how well you can tell, but everything in here is rotten. I think it only goes through the OSB, so not too bad. It's not into the subfloor yet, so I think we're okay, but it definitely moved up my list. For now, I'm probably gonna throw some flashing on here just to help keep it from getting any worse until we can get this porch ripped off. Okay, as you can see by the corrosion right here, this one was already starting to fail. Something is probably weeping in this spot, I assume. And this got red pipe and the blue cold water line. So this is something that's been on my list to replace anyway. So I think I'm going to tie in right here through this section where we had multiple splices and everything else anyway. I'm actually debating now, I may actually go on this side just to make it easier to kind of pile right into this pile of stuff. So I may wind up going farther over. I'd actually rather go farther over anyway, technically, because that gets us farther away from that edge. Oh, a nail. Well, no wonder it ain't going through. Cut that nail off. You got to be careful because there's a wire on the inside. Sometimes you just have to improvise because the right tool for the job is the one you got. Okay, that's the bottom. Let's see if we can top. Okay, no more nail. I ain't going nowhere. Well, I've already got this can of caulk open. I might as well go ahead and do what I can over here. Yeah, this is very ugly, but this is just to stop it from getting any worse before I can fix it the right way. Okay, this was certainly not the plan for today, but sometimes, like I said, projects, you don't pick your projects pick you. Today, this one picked me. I needed to get this fixed well enough that it wasn't going to get worse until I can get around to fixing it the right way. And while that is one of the ugliest things you've ever seen, you'd be amazed at what you can temporarily fix with a big old tube of caulk. There should now be a faucet in here. I guess now we can try to get her connected. I'm also going to be just cutting this one off. I'm going to leave the faucet there just because it's kind of blocking the hole up, and we'll kind of use that. So I'm just going to kind of put a plug right here and walk away. Okay, I got the floor a little wet, but the old one is now gone. Crimped off so it doesn't leak using my handy PEX crimpers. Okay, and everything is done. So the old stuff is all gone. We're now all blue pipe. All these fittings are new. You can actually see the one right here. I actually was going to reuse the original one, but it actually broke. So that spot where it was leaking may not have been the clamp, but it may have actually been the fitting itself. This is our new one, heading on over to our faucet. And that's basically it. We now have our outside faucet on the other side. I still need to come in and kind of fish this back out. It actually goes all the way back to this part here. So that's going to be a little bit more complicated to dig out. It's there, it's working. It's not, I mean, we're going to replumb the whole house one day, so for now I'm not worried about it. For now, that one's still sitting there. It's a big hole in the wall, so instead of taking it out, I'm just kind of leaving it there. But here we go. And yes, it is crooked. I'm probably going to come fix that later. By the end of the day, with all the problems that I had, I was just done. We've got a 4-way valve going off to our old hand hose like normal, and 2 different timers. The plan is one is going to do the outside garden and one for the deck. So one for the yard, one for the deck. But she works as intended. Nice and smooth.
Positive sandwich. I love that this is now on this side so that I don't feel like I'm going to fall into the pit. I did notice that it is crooked.
Oh, it's so crooked. You don't really notice until the other thing is on there. It's like, ah!
Could you have caulked any more?
Well, like I said, I don't want this to leak. I mean, this whole thing's going to be resided one day. And for now, it's waterproof.
But positive sandwich. It's on the correct side. And I'm going to be able to, in an emergency, utilize it.
Yep. Now I can't accidentally get you real close and, you know, push you over. Oh, man, I am beat. I need these parts. They're arriving today to hook this up. So I'm taking a break today. I mean, and in my defense about this one, that one's even more crooked.
When I edited the video, it was only this part. But
yeah, I put this on later in the afternoon.
So you didn't film that?
No. It's literally just tight. Like it's literally just screwing this on is all it was.
Okay, and what are those?
They're basically irrigation timers, so that instead of having to come out here and hand watering, or when it gets really hot, we can actually water for 5 minutes every hour, or every how often you feel like doing. See, that's one thing too, is these black hoses laying out here in the sun, there's gonna be some hot water. So like I may want to have it water in the morning, and then maybe in the afternoon when it's cooled down some.
So basically, that's going to stop you from having to do this.
This is going to stop me from having to do this every day. Watch this video over here and you'll be able to see how this project finishes up and how I finished making all the parts that replace this.